Hello again, Roy.RealEstate here with Coldwell Banker Legacy in San Angelo. Today I want to talk to you a little bit about, as we go into 22, what the 2022 forecast, Roy's forecast for what the housing market in San Angelo is going to look like. Now, obviously, it's always difficult to make these forecasts, but you can look at some fundamental things that affect it and kind of get some ideas. So it's not an exact science, but hey, I'm as likely to be right as the Federal Reserve guys or anybody else. So here goes. Basically, we saw in 21 just a huge boom in prices. So there was an overall price inflation that you've seen in everything at the gas pumps, at the grocery store, and everything else. So that obviously has done the same thing to house prices. House prices in San Angelo in 2021 went up somewhere in the ballpark of 15%. I mean, it's hard to get exact numbers because there's no two houses that are exactly alike. But you look at a 15%-ish type increase for 2021. What are we going to see going forward with that? I think that the trend will continue because the certain things going on from the federal point of view that just can't be turned very quickly. The Federal Reserve is printing money, throwing it out there. All the surplus, the bonuses, the COVID money, just throwing money at the United States from the Federal Reserve. So that fundamentally is going to create price inflation, and prices which should probably almost certainly continue to rise. Pace, it's hard to tell because it kind of depends on what they start doing with things. The big thing that could really have a big impact on the housing market would be interest rates. Now, interest rates are largely controlled at the federal level too. The Fed funds rate and then Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac both have control to a point the interest rates. The federal government cannot let interest rates rise much because the federal government owes billions and billions of dollars. And so if the interest rates rise, that affects their ability to repay and even just pay interest on what the money they borrowed. So the federal government, through the Federal Reserve, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, has all kinds of incentives to keep interest rates low. Interest rates now on homes particularly are as low as they've ever been over any extended period of time. So even today in the 4% range, which is up from what we've seen some threes in the last year or so, it's still incredibly low historically. So that's an issue. And if that changes, and again, the federal government's going to do everything they can possibly do to try to keep that rate down. But if that goes up, then that will have an impact on our home prices and on the ability, how easy it is to sell a home and even to buy a home. Because if you get a 1% increase in the interest rate you're paying, it lowers the price of the home you're able to buy based on your income levels substantially, probably about 5 to 10% for every 1% increase. So that, because your payments are higher. So if you take that same payment with a 6% interest instead of 4%, well, instead of looking at a $300,000 house, you're looking at a $250,000 house. And even at 250, that's about the median of our market now. So that's the big thing that, again, who knows what's going to happen with it. It can't be precise. But if that moves, if interest rates go up substantially, then that's going to change the market. But the fundamental national inflation we're seeing, which could be as high as 15 or 20%, until that changes, the price of homes has to continue going up at some point. So my forecast is we're probably going to continue more or less in the same way we've been going. You're going to see substantial price increases, literally, over 1% a month that you're seeing in the home price increase. So if you're not in a hurry to sell your house, wait a month. It's gone up 1%. And that's not very much percentage-wise, but if you have a $200,000 house, well, okay, that's great. The value of your house went up $2,000 last month. So that's pretty substantial when you look at it that way. And then over the course of a year, the price of your home went up $25,000. So again, you got to take those dollars and you got to buy stuff with those dollars, and you got to buy another home, unless you're at the stage of life where you don't need a place to live anymore, and hopefully you're not. So anyways, all of those factors kind of come in from the edges, because basically housing, like food, is one of the things people almost have to have. I mean, there's very few ways to get around it. You have to have it, whether it's renting, purchasing, whatever, but the prices of all of those are going up with the inflation rates we're seeing. So I see more of the same. I don't see any drastic increase in interest rates in 2022, although there could be a little, a percent is not out of the question and it'll go up and down over the year. They've changed some guidelines on some second homes and some things like that that'll have some effect, but not huge mega effects. So I think it's going to continue to be a strong market, a good time to sell a house. If you're buying, you have to go in ready to realize this is an active market. If you're buying, you got to jump. When you decide to make an offer on a house, make an offer like you want to buy the house. Make the kind of offer, the no regret offer. So you make an offer, doesn't matter what the asking price is. You make an offer that says, okay, well, they want whatever, 200,000 for this house. I'm going to offer them 202, 205. But what you want to do is make the offer that if you get it, you're happy. I got it. Yes, I may have paid more than I would like to have paid, don't we all? But I got the house. And if you didn't get it, someone else came in, you offered 205 and somebody else got it for 210, you're like, okay, well, 205 was the most I wanted to pay for that house. So make a serious offer like you're ready to buy this house and walk away with it. That's what you got to do in the kind of market we're in. Be serious, be pre-approved, be ready to go. When you find the house you want, don't wait too long. Make a decision, make an offer, and make an offer like you want to buy it. Either way, if you get it, you're happy, and if you don't get it, you're happy. That's the kind of offer you want to be making. So, Roy.RealEstate, if you've got any questions, give me a call, 325-268-0775. Thank you.